the impact on the children. Can you imagine how hard it is for those children to get up there and paint a picture and talk about their dad, yet we're watching a video, right? They aired that video time and time again of the woman running out of the hotel. Sean Combs is in his nothing but a towel, and we're witnessing and watching what's taking place. More importantly, we're witnessing and watching. We know who that woman is. So this is a very, very difficult time. It's harmful behavior outside of the home. What we're seeing impacts what takes place inside the home. So there's a lot of reconciliation that's got to take place even among those siblings. Kids, whether they're children like he has or young adults like he have to accept this stress. They have to deal with and take on all the shame that comes with it. They have a name that they honor a great deal, but the challenge is now they may find themselves defending that name. Welcome to the Dr. G.L. White Show, where we talk about fatherhood, relationships, and the dynamics and complexities of building strong families. Today, I want to talk about something that you've seen on the media, in social media, on television, the news, covering Sean Puffy Combs, his conviction, and recently the sentencing. Now, what was most interesting about this is watching his family, his daughters, his sons, everyone take the stand to try to paint a picture of his father, somehow trying to get the jury or the judge to see him differently. But when you really pay attention to what's taking place here, this is an impact. I really like to call it the aftermath or the impact sometime of the behavior that we as adults, what we do and how it shows up and how our children, like in this case, have to run to his rescue and paint this picture. So I want you all to just watch this video clip for a moment and I'm going to double back and let's just have some conversation on what we just saw.
Sean Diddy Combs is getting support from his kids. During the rapper's October 3rd sentencing hearing, several of Combs' children took the stand to advocate for their dad, who is facing years in jail following his July conviction on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. During their remarks per NBC News, his 34-year-old son Quincy told Judge Aaron Subramanian that his father is, quote, a changed man. His brother, 31-year-old Justin, went on to add that he hopes his father will get the chance to right this wrong and to be the man he truly is. 27-year-old Christian Combs also asked the judge to give his father grace in his sentencing, adding, "He is the greatest in the world. He is my hero, has always been my hero, and always will be my hero. He always taught me to treat women with respect." NBC News noted that Combs was visibly moved during the statements, putting his head down to cry as his daughter Chance took the stand. The 18-year-old told the court, "We have emptiness in our lives," noting that her father's 13 months in jail have been unexpectedly healing. Combs also has a 2-year-old daughter named Love Sean, and in her speech to the judge, her 18-year-old sibling Delilah stated in part, "Our 2-year-old sister is asking where Dad is, the same way we grew up motherless. It's a hole that can't be filled. We are tired of being strong. We have already lost so much, our mother, our father. Please give us the chance to heal together and move forward together."
Okay, so you saw it. I mean, it was heartwarming. I'm listening to each one of his children paint a picture. You notice he talked about, my father, he's changed and we've missed him and the world has not been the same without my father being present. And a good part of me absolutely believes everything that they're saying. I think what's taking place really in this moment is they're realizing what they've seen and known all along about their fathers, because you can't hide it. It's been on the news. It's been covered. Everyone knows all the charges and also every moment and period of time in which he sat in jail that everyone has talked about what's taking place. So somehow they have to get on the stand now and paint a picture of their father that somehow is going to look different from what everyone else has seen. Now, I'm going to be very clear. I think those kids were being as authentic as they could have possibly been. Let me say that again, as authentic as they, I'm even working on my words here to get it right, as authentic as they possibly can. That means met the challenge of what they see and what they know, even the things that we don't know, that somehow they have to reframe or restructure that story, hoping to reduce the amount of time that they knew that their father was going to get. And so I want to walk through these, each one of these, just the impact of what we as adults, as parents, and how it can impact our children, because there's something like a cognitive dissonance. That's what we say in the clinical world. That means what you're saying and what you're doing doesn't match. In this regard, I will begin by really looking at it, and I'll identify that first thing I've observed as I listen. I call it the split identity of the parent. Now, what is that? That means that what the social media is seeing in Sean Combs and what the social media knows about Sean Combs and what the children are articulating and making a case for, it doesn't fit. And when there's this disconnection where they know that it paints a picture that to some degree, it almost calls the children to get up there and lie about their father. But you'll notice that they said, my daddy is not the same. He's healed. He's a different person. Now, embedded in that statement, and here's the thing, it's acknowledging that I know how my father was. But now they're saying with the time that my dad has spent in jail, he's a different person. And now not sure how they could have experienced that different person, but certainly I believe from the conversations that they've had with their dad while in jail, I believe that they are seeing something different. I think that this is, in this split identity, truly a lesson learned for the family, for the children, and I think without a doubt that when Sean Puffy Combs gets out of jail, he will be a different person. But we see that split identity being real. We see the blindness or the impact on the children. Can you imagine how hard it is for those children to get up there and paint a picture and talk about their dad? Yet we're watching a video, right? They bared that video time and time again of the woman running out of the hotel. Sean Combs is in his nothing but a towel, and we're witnessing and watching what's taking place. More importantly, we're witnessing and watching. We know who that woman is. So this is a very, very difficult time. It's harmful behavior outside of the home. What we're seeing impacts what takes place inside the home. So there's a lot of reconciliation that's got to take place even among those siblings. Kids, whether they're children like he has, or young adults like he have to accept this stress. They have to deal with and take on all the shame that comes with it. They have a name that they honor a great deal, but the challenge is now they may find themselves defending that name. So it's critical when we're blind to what our behaviors as adults and what we do and the impact on their children. So I call it, number 3, the compounded trauma on the family. And so we already have recognized the home invasions that we've seen. We've seen the depth of the charges that have been levied up against them. We've seen all these things. And so this is a type of primary trauma that they've experienced because they're witnessing what is taking place. They've watched it. There's a type of a secondary trauma that is taking place based off of the things that they've heard. And then there's that tertiary trauma. That's a trauma that just watching the news, going to school, having to avoid conversations and having some conversations with their friends. So it becomes a different type of trauma that many of us may not be aware of because we've been so focused on Sean Combs and what he's done, and little attention has been given on how this has impacted the children. Here's the reality. When your parenting and your lifestyle come into conflict, now your lifestyle choices begin to undermine your parenting. That too creates a very difficult challenge for the family, because here you are, you have daughters, and Sean, without a doubt, Puffy Combs loves his daughters, but how do you reconcile? Listen to this. How do you reconcile that which you're preaching and teaching to your children, but yet it's in direct contradiction to what you're doing with the women or someone else's children, and you're treating it as a norm? Those were some incredible challenges and charges that he had. But all of those charges that we're talking about involve someone else's daughter, involve someone else's mother. And so that silo that gets created where you say, not my child, but that's not my child. And that creates a challenge. So our parenting and our lifestyle choices, they run into conflict. And then children catch the emotional crossfire. That's right, the emotional crossfire. Again, they're defending on the one hand. I'm defending my dad. He's a great dad. He's a great dad. And at the same time, I'm acknowledging, and I can't be blind to what I'm seeing on social media. I can't be blind sitting in the courtroom and listening to the victims. These are young women who are testifying as to what occurred. So this is a particular challenge because that leaves the children caught in the crossfire. Now, someone with all daughters, I kind of lean on that a little bit more because how challenging must that be for those women to take a stand or have values that they believe in terms of how men are to treat them, and it's in direct contradiction to what they've seen their father treat other people. So these are some tough things, and this is a tough conversation, but I think that it is absolutely critical for families to have this discussion. Listen, I'm talking about Sean Puffy Combs and his children, but I'm also, if you really think about it, I'm talking about your family too. I'm talking about what we've seen and what you've seen in your own family. I'm talking about some of the contradictions that we come in contact with and the crossfires that we have as our children have watched in some situations, our parents in the outside world be these great parents and great coaches and all these things, but all hell has taken place in the home. So Sean Puffy Combs' family in this scenario is really just a larger vision of what takes place in many of our homes. So many of these things I'm saying that we have to take under consideration. We have to have these honest discussions and dialogue. We have to make that our social media life and our real life, we've got to bring those things together. They've got to come into harmony so that what we see and what we hear is consistent and persistent. And if we do that, this is how we create healthy children. This is how we build strong families. I'm Dr. Gary O. White, and this has been my reflection of the aftermath of Sean Puffy Combs.